Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Kamikaze Soundwaves, and I want to try out her story. I don't know much about it. I do think it's something along the lines of it's like some kind of murder mystery type thing, where you're interviewing this lady, and I think you're trying to figure out like if she was the victim or she was actually the killer. I don't know. It seems like a pretty cool setup. I think it's going to be a lot more watching than it is actually playing. But I think you're supposed to like play like, you know, what's the game, like Guess Who or some shit. You're supposed to guess if she's lying or if she's telling the truth, something like that. But anyway, I really wanted to try it out because it seems like it has a really interesting premise, so I thought I'd share it with y'all. So without further ado, let's go. Let's do it. I don't know if there's like symbolism in that shit too, who knows. Alright. Oh, that's cool. It kind of gives it like an old school like desktop thing. Like I guess I'm the investigator or the police officer. So I'm supposed to be doing the research here to find out if our friend here is in fact a murderer. So I don't know what the fuck to do here. Okay, Google. Is she a murderer? So these are the tapes. I guess I'm supposed to just watch these. Let's click on and see what it does.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
That's it? Alright, don't know if I'm supposed to start making synopsis of like her actions so far. Gonna go on a limb and say she did it. I don't know why, but fuck it, let's watch this.
Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Everything. You fucking, well, you know what? Watch her be innocent, and I'm gonna be like calling her all kinds of nasty names and shit. No, let's, okay, so number one, she didn't know if it was murder, but it's clearly murder. Number two, yeah, it's her. It's a long time ago. What's it got to do with the murder? Anyway, moving on.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
That seems like the most guiltiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing.
Was
and
there...
all these stories we've been telling each other. Just that. Stories.
Oh shit. I don't know what the fuck that means, but... okay. So... Oh, okay, so... Murder... What? How about that shit? Or it's just gonna be the same one?
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other. Just that. Stories.
Okay, so we watched that already. Add to session. Murder weapon. Okay. Video subtitles, anti-glare filter. Yeah, I don't like that. That's let's leave it on. That looks a little bit cooler, doesn't it? Yeah. Alright, let's type in Simon. I don't know how to fucking spell Simon. Is that how you spell Simon? No, that's not how you spell Simon. Simon said... How the fuck do you spell Simon, man? Man, I swear to God, I'm an illiterate retard. Let's just go back to murder. This won't tell me how to play Simon.
Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Simon. Simon. Man, I swear I'm retarded. Let's go back. Hold on. Murder. Do I gotta write down how to spell fucking Simon here? Alright, let's play this.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
But February? I mean,
February.
that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Simon. Okay, no one cares. Simon. Oh, okay. So we'll just kind of search for keywords. Clips stored in user session. 61 entries found. Access limited to the first 5 entries. Okay, fuck it. Let's just let's continue on.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things. Really beautiful things.
Okay.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair.
Maybe that's why she murdered him.
It
doesn't matter. He doesn't have any soul anyway.
This was taken last year on holiday.
That was offensive. I hold no apologies. Blame South Park. Alright.
It's the Rockington Arms, The Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Okay.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
Save the princess. No. No, hold on. Printer. Write letters.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
We interrogate your ass. Okay. February. I think I spelled February right. Februar. Okay. She said something about February.
Well, I don't know. I probably had to pop out and get something, that's why I was speeding. And that wouldn't have been noted on my timesheet. But I really can't remember back to February.
What about March? What about January? Alright, well, that's got nothing to do with it. I'm speeding. Oh, okay. What are we doing here?
You must be desperate for leads if you're getting hung up over 6-month-old speeding tickets.
You little bitch. I'm on to you. Oh, fucking shit. Hold on, the tickets. I'm on to this little fucking cunt.
He has a wallet, a huge, silly thing. Leather. Real leather, I think.
Leather. We'll look that up
He
next.
packs it full of stuff. Business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. Offsets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him. He always takes it out of his back pocket before when he comes in, if he's in the house.
Uh-huh.
I remember the ticket, of course. I paid it without telling Simon. Didn't want to get told off. And they put points on the license.
Let's try... Maybe not. Let's try... points.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Oh, all right. Now we got some shit.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing.
We need that evidence,
I kept
bitch.
one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. It helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, it just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page. Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence.
Florence. Let's check out Florence.
When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time.
I feel like I need to start writing some notes down here,
The
man.
midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Yeah, we need that diary. Oh, whoa, 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 what the hell was that? You saw that shit? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
I don't know either, but you know what? maybe she married and didn't think she could marry. You know what? I don't know. You know what? There's so much to still watch here. Let's see.
It just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page. We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Alright, so I wanted to look up Florence. So now we're going to learn, I guess, a little bit about this Florence.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Evidence. Oh, whoa, what the fuck is... Oh, okay, I get it. I thought it was like a ghost coming in straight. I think it's like the reflection of the light. You're supposed to see, like, I guess, your police officer self in there. Okay, so... I don't know what the fuck to make of this. I'm gonna spit a little bit. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the fuck to make of this so far. She's gotta be the fucking killer of Simon.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
What? Hold on, what? There's a reflection in the mirror. So she's Florence?
No. It was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
She did mention also a girl named Hannah last week. Okay, alright, here we go.
No one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone summoned you from the rock.
The rock. The rock. Keep the rock in mind.
I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if
Eleanor.
people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day. Ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage.
Oh, shit.
And she still has a secret like that.
Oh, shit. We're gonna, hold on. I don't don't know. Let's look up. What did she say? Doug. All right. And The Rock. Remember The Rock. Okay, I guess we'll learn about Doug.
I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
What was that? What was that?
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
Is that Simon's parents?
I
Am
got
I
a
missing
job
something?
to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see,
Poison.
it's always been complicated between me and Simon.
Fucking
It's never just
poison.
been the two of us. There's always been pressure. Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower, the phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it, I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
That was a lot of information. We got so many names right now. Eleanor, who else? Eric, The Rock we need to look up. Let's see here.
1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer. It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just
What?
awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It's just awful.
Oh, shit. So I think she poisoned these motherfuckers. I'm gonna look up poison.
At the time they said it was poison, food poisoning. I mean, I felt so guilty. If I'd still been at home, maybe I could have done something.
Food poisoning. Let's see what's going on with this shit.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see you. His parents haven't heard anything either. Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Rock. We've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong.
Let's try Friday night. Hey. All right.
I wasn't in the house all of Friday night.
Wait.
After the argument, after Simon left, I left too.
But she said she was laying in the bed, right?
I was upset.
Maybe that was
and
the
I
day
wanted
before.
to get away. So I took the car.
Oh, okay. We're digging a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole here.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Alright, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this part 1. This is pretty interesting so far. I don't really know what to make of it. I mean, I think she's guilty as all hell. I mean, that's why we're watching all these tapes of her. Do I think, it's going to come out that she's innocent? Highly, highly, highly doubt that. I think we're just digging down the rabbit hole to find out how she did it and pretty much just throw the book at her ass once we have enough information. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying her story part 1. Check us out over at part 2, and we'll see you over there. Later.